So there's been this question on my mind. I've always wanted to ask people individually. What do you feel um, office place toxicity is? What do you feel workplace toxicity is? And how can we manage that? Modupe, please can you help us on that?
Okay, so first of all, I think it's important that we identify what it means to be in a toxic work environment. And for me, a toxic work environment is one that constantly bullies and harasses people. A toxic work environment also means discrimination and bias. It also means continuous stress. It means lack of work-life balance. It means micromanagement. So the moment I start to experience this, then it's a red flag. There is a boundary.
Oh my God.
Immediately I get to that level where I can't take it anymore, then I leave.
So are we saying that once we just identify that, this place is toxic, we should pack our bags and leave? What of if let's talk about the pay now, that's the income. What if you don't have any other better option? Would you still advise people to just take their bags and leave because that place is toxic at the moment?
Yeah, I'll go.
I will go. So if the place is paying you, let's say, what's the highest that we can say, they're offering? Let's do 600,000 naira, and you have this boss that is always Daniel. So you just say because of those few hours, you pack your bags and leave for a place that will just pay you maybe 300.
First of all, 9 to 5 is not a few hours.
Exactly.
Definitely not
Some
a
people
few
feel
hours.
some people feel like it's just
I know some people.
I feel like it's just like that for me. I feel I'm just doing this for hours and I'm
So
taking
you
my
would stay.
Still, it's money.
But then again, I would say any company offering to pay you 600k most likely has a good structure in place.
Mm-hmm.
I can always report to the HR, and you are also a valuable asset.
Assuming they have.
Assuming they have this
good
work
HR.
structure. But like I said, there's always a thin line. You understand? There's always a thin line where you have to go. Is it not money? You will make another one.
I like that. Is it not money? We'll make another money. So, Dami, what do you have to throw into all of this? How would you handle a toxic boss? How would you handle that? Would you rant?
How do you even define toxicity in Dami's perspective?
Okay,
Dami, how
yes.
do you define toxicity for you? What would you regard as a toxic work environment?
Okay. To me, I'll say a toxic environment is where you are overstressed and there is, like Modupe said, there is no balance to your personal life, how to manage it and all. So I feel to have a balanced life, you have to seek for help. That's what I would say. Seek for help, because I will not advise you to just leave your job when you don't have a new one or something you can do pending while you are working, while you leave the job. So what I would do is just to seek for advice, seek for counsel on how to manage things more better, because one thing I see in working in toxic environments, aside from the stress that you go through, is it helps you to manage things in have a greater capacity, because I have this there's one time I was I'm going for this tutorial lesson, and the lecturer gave us an assignment, and he gave us a period of, I think, just that night to submit the assignment, and there was a good response from that assignment, and everybody submitted that night. Then the next time he gave us another assignment, he now gave us a shorter period to submit
back to
the
back.
same kind of assignment that requires the same time and all. So from that this thing, I could deduce that there's a way that they want you need to be stressed, so that you can do more things, and you can. That's one of the things I feel. That's the only reason why I can work in a toxic environment, where I know I can be more productive, and it's helped me to work telling me.
That's how you know people who have never worked in a toxic environment.
Exactly.
They are not
exactly.
stressing. Hey.
Imagine me, soft girl,
Oh my
going
gosh.
through all of this.
No, the way she said it, it just made me realize that, see, some people are born into this world to live the soft life.
Yes.
They will never encounter evil people. Because, you can't explain something you're not used to. You never
Yes.
explain.
You need to experience it to
I'm telling you.
understand it.
So to her, there's a positive to toxicity. To me, there's not. Hey, trust
See
me.
an advantage in that.
I'm telling you.
It's like going to push you to do more.
I like that perspective she's sharing. I think
like
it's
it
good
how-
that. So I'm trying to make a point. I think it's fine when we also try to see the good side of things.
Yeah.
Now I highlighted some factors that defines a toxic workplace for me. I'm okay with you micromanaging me the first time I'm joining the company because you're still trying to guide me. I'm okay with you stretching me like that. Me said that no, Mo, you can give me more than this. But for me, some things are not just right. You are not communicating. You are not giving me a detailed brief and you're expecting me to perform magic. You are using some words, some terms.
Yes.
I'm very proud. You don't talk down on me.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So
Oh, that's how they do it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's called self.
Right on, sister.
exactly. So like Dami said, there are some things we all are actually taking in that, okay, it's still manageable, but trust me, I've been there. You get to that thin line when you say, you know what,
I can't do this.
I'll be fine. Is it not Gary? I'll drink Gary. But trust me, you won't drink Gary because you have that worth.
So I
Another job will always come. Trust me.
So, do you guys know how much it costs to get therapy?
In this
It's
country.
expensive.
Even the therapist needs a therapy.
Yes.
Hey.
I'm searching how much does therapy cost in Nigeria?
I know. Okay, so
Do you actually even do therapy in Nigeria?
yeah, they do.
Yes.
Funny story.
How-
Funny story.
So guys, sorry, I'm getting somewhere. The cost of therapy in Nigeria is really not fixed. Depends on a few factors like type of therapy needed, blah blah blah. It ranges from 20,000 to 50,000.
What's 20,000?
Right.
20,000.
Wait,
Wait,
no. A session.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
but
You don't even find 20K
Calm
session.
down. A session. So let's just assume that an average of session could be an hour, 30 minutes. 50. Let's say it's 50K for 1 hour, and you book for 3 times a week if you are rich, or twice a week.
Somebody's salary.
Thank you. You go for therapy twice a week, 100K
Yeah, that's true.
times 4 weeks,
Money.
400,000,
Wow.
and you're earning how much? 600,000. In that place where you feel like they are paying you a lot of money, perhaps it has structure, but it's toxic. And you spend more than half of your salary getting therapy because you want to get your mind right to be able to work. Is it worth it?
It's definitely not. It's definitely.
Why am I spending so much when I can just avoid the issue? Why am I spending so much to correct or to provide solution to a problem in which I can just run away from the problem?
But the money is calling you now.
The money, oh, that's true. I said so. Maybe I'll rethink.
Ifeanyi, what do you think, please?
To me, I feel nobody wants to work in a toxic environment, no matter what it is. So it just depends on the condition. And because most of the times people actually
Money, Shay.
think about the money.
So
You understand?
correct.
What do you think?
So,
What do you
I would like-
think?
This comes down to what Modupe says now. You have to know your value. You understand? Because some people feel maybe the work they have, if they leave, they will not see another one. So something like that is
That's
really
true.
That's common to Nigerians.
You understand? So
Yes.
they feel, if I leave, this place I will find working.
Yes, exactly.
Let me stay here. Let me manage. And you're dying. You're suffering. You understand? Your mental health is good.
It's
Well, jobs are
it's
not
giving
easy to
body
find in
You
millennial.
understand? But you don't know your worth. That's the problem.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah, I
And
don't
sometimes
agree
when
with that
you,
though.
so sometimes when you decide you want to leave, you see those people, those same people actually trying to throw you back.
Yes.
You understand? So it's just you know your worth. You understand? Though sometimes I feel it's okay maybe in the beginning, like when you're starting, to see whether you can change over time. But always just try to make it clear with whoever your superior about your challenge.
As if your superior is willing to listen, because
So that's the one
9 times out of 10,
Another.
your superior in a work in a toxic environment is not the kind of person you would like to walk up to talk about your personal. Oh, is that are you getting paid to talk about your personal problems?
Exactly.
Another angle.
Because I've had actually a manager like this. This one, I told him straight to face. Yeah, we'll be man. In fact, it was stressful that I didn't speak English anymore. He said, "The man is man." I told him, man. Why do you treat me like this? So waiting. For how much? It was like,
He needed to give him that vibe.
it's what you're seeing. I'm showing you the proof here. You're still there. Oh, that was the
Bro,
I
shift.
left him. That day, back.
And you're one of the few, because see, there are different aspects to this. I feel like Nigerians are still they're still getting used to the concept of seeking therapy. Like you asked a very good question, like who, was it you or her that asked? Who needs it?
Yeah.
Do you need
I
it?
think it was.
Yeah. Do you need a lot of the things, the traumatic experiences that will require therapy? Most of us just laugh over it.
Yes.
If you go on Twitter, classic example.
Yes.
We don't make
Like
jokes.
the white man.
There was
The
even a
truth
time-
is that
Okay.
all Nigerians are actually traumatized.
Exactly.
And all Nigerians actually need therapy. But what we do is we just gloss over it, scroll through Twitter, and then we feel like we'll be fine.
There was even a time that there was a Twitter thread on, toxic bosses, and so many people in the tech industry came out to say a whole lot.
I know, right?
And
Some
under
people
those
were.
tweets, people were still laughing. And I was like, this is what some people are crying at. Some people are going to seek for therapy, and you are laughing in the comment section.
But then we react to these things differently.
Yes.
So for me, I'm kind of very vocal about it. I suffered a lot of self-esteem issues growing up. So at this point, nobody born of a woman will talk down on me. Because I can't take it.
This is it.
Superbo. Okay, so
So if they are paying you 1 million now, and they talk down on you, you will not.
oh no. So there's a way you do this thing.
That's how you say.
You know, sometimes
First of
there's
all-
a limit.
first of all,
I will not lie. Like someone has paid me 10 million. You're paying me 10 million. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I
Would you
agree
never-
with
would you
that.
like-
Okay.
Shall I?
You're right.
Honestly.
You are now waging your pride.
Yes.
You understand?
In
See, I'm checking.
Nigeria,
So
let's be-
I can be taking this for some while. Why?
Exactly. Why something else comes along in Nigeria? Let's not.
But I
even-
believe in that kind of extent, because the income you're making is actually making you feel. Yeah. So I feel at that extent, you're not actually feeling mentally deranged because of the income is actually taking care of
It's
whatever.
compensating you.
Yes, compensating
You
your
can
mind,
afford
feel
therapy.
Happy. In fact, you're going to happy knowing that you're feeling. So,
Honestly, if you are going
so
to,
whatever you're feeling.
maybe I should take back what I said. If you are now, I obviously I'm not getting paid up close to 600,000. Somebody say, "Oh, Jola, come and do this 600,000," and the person shout me. I know I hate people shouting on me. I feel that's what I would term as toxic. But if that person is shouting at me,
My dear, they're not going to shout at you during the interview. And they offer you 600K, they're going to offer you sweet mouths.
Yes, exactly.
You're going to be very palatable. AC is going to blow your head.
There is this common thing about
Yeah,
these
which is-
these toxic bosses. From what I've experienced, the only thing you just need to do is you don't need to be rude. They are your boss. The first time they try it, try to stop them. The moment you don't stop them, it keeps reoccurring. So the moment you try to stop them, so when you are stopping them, it's two things. Oh my God, who is this girl? Really? I'm shouting, you're saying, okay.
Talking back.
They will shrink first. Okay, so it depends on how you are doing it. Just make sure when you are dealing with a toxic boss and you want to cut out all of those things, you are bringing value. That's the only time you can have. You are not adding anything and you want to talk.
I have not.
They will send you away immediately. Yes,
so can we
You
talk
can
about signs of like toxic workplaces and toxic boss? What do you think are those red flags that once we spot them, we should take to our heels?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you like a real life experience, right? There was one time I was working at a place that, so luckily for me, I add value anywhere I am. But like I could see that other people weren't being treated right, and I felt so bad. But I feel like I wasn't being treated that way because I had spent some time with my boss at that at where I was, right? And she really liked me, apart from the value that I was bringing, right? But then, she would say things like, is it not job? If they want to leave, they should leave. She will go and look for work somewhere else. I'm like, bruh, like, why? Like, why? Like, why don't you just listen to people and just figure out ways to make their working experience with you better? So I think one of the major red flags would be managerial problems. If someone is not a great manager, it will definitely show.
Okay, so what red flags? Because I feel you have so much to say about this. So please let us in.
You just say mine.
Okay.
Because I
Okay, so red flags.
my own red flags when what good the manager will have no idea.
What is going on?
What's going on at all?
But it's still bossy.
Because I'm telling you, because I've actually worked with one who doesn't have any idea. He wants to, do you understand?
But he still doesn't want to learn.
Yeah, so when you tell him what is going on, is just go on. But he wants results. You understand? He wants to see, he wants results. And another one I see it when boss pays my money, when salary late, it's another bad thing. I've already worked for one that a 1 month ago, like the second one not paid up of the 2 months. So imagine that 1 month and you have plans to do another time to use the money to something. You know how bad that is.
So lack of empathy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
I don't know key issues about it.
How far now?
Like,
He has to say. Interesting. Well, I think as one of the things that I mean,
Red flags.
I've been through it, man. So
Can you imagine?
He choke.
one of the signs I would say would be, working in an environment where I can't wait to leave.
Do you get?
I can't wait to go home.
Do you
Like from 9 a.m. my work
thinking
starts.
5
I'm already thinking of my house. And it's not like I'm lazy. It's not like I don't want to work. I love my job, but
There's
I
just this
don't
aura
love
about
here.
it. Exactly. Yeah.
And as soon as imagine you close by 4, 3:59, your bag is packed. It has nothing to do with Lagos traffic. You get me? So yeah, for me.
Okay, Dami, red flags. But Dami cannot relate.
She's a soft girl.
They've not shown her
But Dami, what do
shege.
you think if you spot that kind of thing, that kind of sign? What do you think? Hey, Jesus Christ. Cause what do you think if you spot would make you like feel
trigger
that
you?
place is- Yeah, that would trigger you to feel that place is toxic. Yes, that workplace is toxic.
I feel okay. Maybe when you are always overloaded with job. How would I put it? The workload is heavy, and you are given deadlines that are not always achievable because not because of your laziness or not because you are lazy, but because they what Modupe said, they don't. Yeah, they think you're a magician. They want to see results, but they're not giving. Especially when they're not giving you the resources that you need to achieve to do the work that they need. So that kind of environment.
That makes perfect sense.
I also think another red flag is when they hire you for a particular role, and then 1 month in, they're like, so can't you be a sales rep and receptionist and cleaner and this one and that one, and then you're just like, I'm
Thank you.
sorry, but like my
That's
contract
not my
does not
JD.
include. This is not.
Without proper due process.
So I think I have a personal experience to that because I know they were not paying too much, but yes, I wanted to learn and blah blah blah. But at the time, sales rep, content, blah blah blah. I'm like,
Thanks,
I
sir.
had to like screenshot my contract and start see ma. This one, this one. She was like, I know I want to build, but when I came to you, I knew what I wanted to build on. Please, can you give me stuff? Bombard me with work from that, but not. Why am I a sales rep? What's my? Yeah, but I did it though because I didn't have any other choice. But I think I've learned better now. If I see stuff like that, I would rather speak up immediately or leave if I'm not too comfortable with it.
The beautiful thing about this discussion is it's taking a new dimension, or it has taken a new dimension since the old Gen Z vibes.
Yeah.
You need to work with a Gen Z to understand that there are certain level of things you can do with them. They don't have chill. There's no time.
Our emails last song.
Okay, so I wouldn't even go to that aspect, but you rarely see like a prim and proper Gen Z would not take certain things.
Of course.
And you know, they are very much updated with what's going on. If you think, like Danielle said, they make you feel easily replaceable. This toxic boss, they make you feel easily replaceable. I remember someone telling me one time that good riddance to bad rubbish, you always replace her.